We are ready at Bluebet Stadium. Assume the position, people. Here we go. It's Nathan Cleary with the kickoff. It'll go down here to be taken by Chad Townsend. And a bit of a shift off the start from the Cowboys. Holmes is away. He runs towards Cleary, who was in the backfield still, having supplied the kickoff. And within one foul swoop, the Cowboys come across the field and bring it down within 5 metres of the halfway line. Confident start from the visitors here tonight. Take it across the halfway line where McLean work it down here just outside the 40. Real shot across the bow of the Panthers. Townsend back on the inside here for Nanai. Every bit as big as the man he's up against tonight in Viliami kick out. From Robson, it comes to Reuben Cotter. There's pocket battleship. Another of the tearaways in this Cowboys forward pack. They're at the 20 in the first set of 6. Townsend kicks towards the corner. A chance out wide. Nanai couldn't get there to show us his acrobatics. And they'll make the Panthers work it away from inside their own 10.
Well, they're showing their hand early, the Cowboys. What they did to the Melbourne Storm last week, they were shifting the ball early. It was close, but they ran away with it in the second half because the Melbourne Storm forwards run out of gas. And I think that's exactly the same plan from Todd Payten here tonight.
It's a fairly mild night for almost on the edge of winter as we are. As a quick play, the ball here from Leota.
Release the leg, but then you're stuck in the ruck, mate.
There's a penalty against the Cowboys for not rolling away from the back of the ruck there. Reuben Cotter is the player pinged by Ashley Klein.
And that's the thing when you've got blokes charging at your line like that early in the game, the quick play the balls, you can't afford to have that second grab. Cotter the man around the ankles, the kick for touch. Penrith with the first penalty.
So after they weathered the onslaught from the opening set from the Cowboys, they get a chance here to go on the attack themselves. They're at the halfway line with a chance here to put first points on the board. They're 40 metres out. Happy Coruscant comes through the hands of Yeo, and now Cleary back on the inside for Martin. Half a gap there, it closed eventually. Real pressure on Jordan McLean. He did well eventually. Comes to Cleary. They go wide back to the middle as it's James Fisher-Harris will play it 15 metres out from the Cowboys line. Coruscant has Yeo going with him. Just like that, the Panthers need one possession. They're on top early here at Penrith tonight.
Well, we talk about the options that the Penrith Panthers have. They go back to the short side. They crossed over. They generally score down that left-hand side. First in the league there. They go back to Isaiah Yeo. Too close to the line to make ledge tackles here. Just gets caught out for a little bit of footwork there by Isaiah Yeo. What a season he's having. It's Coruscant who just handed the ball up there. And a big man like that, you can't go around the legs. You'll just skip out of tackles. Got to try and tackle him up under the ball. Skips out of the tackle, one-on-one. And Isaiah Yeo scores the opening try.
Yeah, just gold touches there from Isaiah Yeo in the first attacking set. He came out to the right-hand side. Cleary did a little drop-off play to Martin, which allowed the quick play the ball. They set back up the far post. And Happy Coruscant, little disguise from dummy half. Nice craft. Shows left, comes out right. And instead of ball playing, the man on your screen just hits a hole and crashes over.
We've got Jordan McLean turning in, leaving a hole there for Isaiah to pour through. And from pretty much right in front, Nathan Cleary. Well, they weathered that first set of 6 as the Cowboys fired a pretty decent shot at them to begin the game, but they get a penalty come down the field, and Nathan Cleary makes this 6 points to 0. 4 minutes gone, and well, the Cowboys, if they didn't know what they're up against, they certainly do now.
Yeah, on the back of a penalty too, and we saw that up around the 30-metre mark. They got down around the halfway line. They just got so many options in their football side. That's the secret there. They went back against the grain. One-on-one missed tackle there. Isaiah Yeo, what a place to score, right under the post.
Well, they have tremendous speed defensively, but they play the ball so quickly at times as well. Cleary, it's a 2 and 3 play combination that sets up the try for Yeo. A deep kick off here, goes down to Edwards, who'll hand it off for Moses Leota. Had that fractured shoulder earlier in the season. Fourth game back tonight, though, as he slammed to the turf. Crowd still building this early kickoff. 6 p.m. on a Friday night here in Penrith. Already lead by 6. Here's Fisher Harris. Comes towards the tackle there of Hess and also Gilbert. Coruscant out of dummy half, turning Isaiah Yeo back underneath him. Such a well-drilled machine, and they're already back just beyond the 40 there. A couple of plays remaining in this set. Comes from Edwards. Fairley takes a carry towards the back end of the set. Usually early in the set as well. Cleary puts it in the air. Will go down towards Drinkwater. Stays on the turf to make the catch. There's a chance there for Martin and Crichton, but the Cowboys fullback did well, and they work it away here with an offload. Dearden gives it back to Valentine. Holmes goes straight through them. Had Drinkwater looming up. Holmes beat Edwards. He's away. Can they get to him? Yes, they can. Terrific tackle and cover made by Isaac Tago. The Cowboys looking to hit back. Dearden, he goes to Townsend. Through the hands. Hiku ends up with it, and he'll play it a couple of metres out. Tackles up their sleeve. What a counter-attack by the Cowboys from Townsend. It goes to Dearden. He hands it off there for Hess. They'll just bump it in towards the post. Ball comes free. Play on is the call. Ashley Klein believes Hess was trying to offload, and the Panthers have survived.
2 line breaks early on from the Cowboys. That was outstanding work. Footwork through the middle. There's Viliami kick-out caught up on Valentine Holmes, and if it wasn't for the legs of Stephen Crichton, this is the first try for the Cowboys. But what a good start. 2 defensive teams, but geez, they're throwing the ball around at the moment.
Well, he figures to be the Queensland team, does Valentine Holmes for Origin 1, you would imagine, up against Stephen Crichton tonight, who is a real chance to force his way into the New South Wales side, given the injuries for outside backs for the Blues. For the moment, the Panthers 45 metres out. Goes from Coruscant. Here's Fisher Harris. Townsend came up quickly. He put Nanai under pressure back on his inside, but Nanai did well. Cleary to the air. Goes down towards the corner. Drinkwater playing on the right-hand side. Came out with a fresh air miss. It falls to kick out. It looks like the Panthers are in again.
We're just going to have a look and see if Drinkwater was taken out as he was trying to attempt to take that ball on the full.
Just confirm that there is interference on the...
A little bit of interference
Cowboys
there, but the ball was allowed to bounce. You have a look at Drinkwater in the replay. He leaps high. It's a good chase there on Cleary too. Put pressure on him.
We've got 3 Panthers players offside in the middle. We'll monitor them.
I think it's
They'll
the
stay out
outside
of play.
men that come
We're now
in
monitoring
into the
the
play
contact.
here. Well, that's a clean drop for mine after the impact. Geez, it was a solid chase through too. Is that Tago again? He was the man that stopped the long-range break.
Scott Drinkwater has knocked the ball on. We now need to look at the contact from the Panthers player.
Contact is okay.
No, the contact, is well within his right to make contact after he's just taken the ball. He's knocked it on. This will be a try. He's allowed to tackle him.
Tago has made contact with the head of Scott Drinkwater. We have a decision.
What? We'll take a look at that again. Didn't notice the contact with the head first couple of times around. There's going to be a no try. The Panthers denied there by the bunker with the contact in question. I think Ivan Cleary is a little bit stunned at the moment, as are we.
I'd like to see a close-up of the contact, but I thought Drinkwater dropped the ball first and then contact. Here it is. We're going to see this here.
I don't think there's contact with the head.
No,
Both jumping for the ball.
Yeah, but also the error came before contact, so he dropped the ball before contact was made.
That was the contact. There was no dramas as far as being able to contact him. You can't contact him in the head, but I don't think any of us thought there was contact with the head there. I thought it was chest on shoulder, if anything. So maybe an unlucky call there against the Panthers. They still lead it though, 6 points to 0. We've had just on 8 minutes of action here in Penrith tonight. Here is Reuben Cotter. Back in Penrith territory. They go to the right-hand side. McLean tipping it on. Townsend! Oh my goodness, don't run it. Viliami kick out. He's been on a mission recently in defence, And the halfback pays a big price there. A kick here goes down to Edwards. They hang off, allow him to make the catch. What a shot by Big Bill Kickout.
And what about he made the decision to charge there? Kickout, generally years gone by, would have just hung back. He read that beautifully. You're counting your ribs after that one.
Townsend never saw him coming, blocked out, I think, by one of his own decoy runners. It might have been Nanai in front of him, and Kickout came from the blind side and absolutely levelled him. Now, Coruscant from the middle of the field. They come to this right-hand side. They take it forward there through Cleary. They'll play it back to Coruscant again. Blue-eyed, a kick for the outside men in Tago and also May. They fly high. Tabuai Fido.
You've crossed the
Give
path of
away
the
the
ball.
penalty, though, the Cowboys.
No, you've gone past the ball and interfered.
Escort against Chad Townsend, taking a Penrith chaser off the
Won't
ball.
argue, go back
And it's an obvious tactic from Penrith early on. They want to put the ball up, feel like they get down and chase that ball and can really dominate the back three of the Cowboys with a felt injury. So they are targeting Tabuai Fido on that left, and they think they can go after him.
Chance for a second try. Here is Coruscant on the end of a string of passes from the tap restart. Now Cleary at the line. It comes to Yo. Edwards slipping slightly as Holmes came out to meet him. They're inside the Cowboys 10. Goes to Cleary, who shows it back on the inside. Fisher Harris. Nothing much doing there in that particular play. And burn one for a set. They get themselves sorted on this right-hand side. Cleary at the line, goes out the back now. Edwards, Holmes missed him. Edwards kicks, sits up here for Brian To'o. Still going, To'o. He ducks, he dives, he spins, he almost scores. Here's Crichton now, trying to do all that and more. He's only a couple of metres out. One play left in the sets. As Martin waits a long time at dummy half, it goes back to Cleary. The old Cooper Cronk kick to the far side. Taylor May flying, a miss. It sits there for Penrith still with 6 more tackles to come. Why bend it like Beckham when you can kick it like Cronk? You've retired, I still get to say it. Here is Leota, just inside the 10. Coruscant. Goes to the line, comes out the back, Cleary, dummies, goes himself. Did he get it down? I don't know that he did. It's going to be 6 more tackles anyway for the Panthers, with the Cowboys being offside on their own line.
I think it's Nanai that holds him up there. Cleary just saw the opportunity to run the show and go straight through.
We have no try.
A lot bigger than what you think he is, and more powerful too. A big halfback that just backs himself. This is a great one-on-one tackle by Nanai. We mentioned how young he is before the game. Already scored 10 tries this season. But that is a great play. What strength shown.
In the possession of Nathan Cleary.
He's held up.
Up. We lose sight of the ball here, just looking at other available angles.
Nothing we've seen so far would suggest that Nathan Cleary's been able to spin his way to the ground. Tabuai Fido coming in late along with Ruben Cotter. And it looks as though they've done a job to stop him from scoring. Been across the line a number of times.
After reviewing all available angles,
back in the 3rd minute.
Nathan Cleary is held up. The on-field ruling of 6 more for 10 metres will stand. We have a decision.
And since then, Kickout's been denied. Cleary now denied as well. Brian To'o went within centimetres, incredibly, in this right-hand corner just a moment ago. New set of 6 for the Panthers once again. They come out to Edwards. Here's Crichton. Plenty of Cowboys jumpers in front of him. They take him to ground just inside the North Queensland 10. It's To'o from dummy half. Long ball to Cleary, who has to wait for it. Leota now, just look it there towards the 10. Coruscant waits at dummy half, midway through the set. Short side raid, Edwards showing it. Last man in the option there between Martin and Crichton was Brian To'o. Ready for him though this time, and they handle him a little more comfortably. Comes back to Cleary again. He takes them on once more. Bursts his way through the front line. Stopped by Drinkwater with some desperate help. Cotter was there again. Coruscant. He goes wide. Luai gets away from Townsend. Grubbers for the corner. Drinkwater coming across. Watches it go all the way. Touch in goal. But there was a hand on it from a Cowboy.
This is great attack. They are so in sync. You think about the connection between Isaiah Yeo and Nathan Cleary. They are dead set, just reacting off one another. One moves left, one moves right. And Nathan Cleary is showing and going, using his outside support to get through the line. And the play then out to the left-hand side as the referee's checking this. Townsend missed the tackle, allowed Luai to get to the backfield, and it was through desperation of Drinkwater he saved a try.
Well, the kick was that perfect. He had to play at it at the back. There was no way that he was going to let that ball go touching goal there. Had to play at it. They forced the line drop out again. They're 8 from 8, the Panthers, to start this game.
And the referee saying it came off the head of Scott Drinkwater on the field, but before the ball had touched the turf outside the chalk. Here's Fisher Harris just outside the Cowboys 30. Comes to Yeo. Yoda charging hard. Good carry there. Equally good stop by Robson and also Cotter. Quickly they play it. One shot to another shot on the left-hand side this time. Out there, Tago takes them on. It's only 10 metres out from the Cowboys line. Kick out. The old shovel pass. Cleary for Yeo. Out the back for Edwards. Martin runs towards Dearden. Good bump from the smaller 5'8" on the back row. He stopped him with the help of Cotter and also Gilbert. Comes back to Cleary again. They trap and scrap. It comes back to Yeo though. 6 more tackles for the Panthers. What a weight of possession they've had. And lost their footing there in particular. Liam Martin slipped over as Coruscant was about to pass to him and did well not to fire a ball to a man prone on his face. Here is Yeo. Comes to Fisher Harris. Good stop again around the legs. This time it was Nanai makes the tackle. Short side, Luai, 3-on-3. Tago for the line. They spin him again and hold him up once more. What defence this is by the Cowboys.
And that's the biggest improvement of the Cowboys in season 2022 is their goal line defence. That is the 3rd time the Penrith Panthers have been held up over the line, and that is 18 play the balls in the Cowboys' 20-metre zone. So Todd Payton would be ecstatic with his defensive resilience to start this game.
They cracked early when Yeo scored. Since then they've been outstanding at this end of the field. Leota here. They've got one more play, Penrith. Coruscant from dummy half will feed it across to Cleary. Grubbers off a Cowboy, still sitting there. They dive on it.
My ruling is it's been played out and then it's touched your player in front accidentally.
And it's going to be accidental offside is the call from Ashley Klein. The Panthers will hang on to possession.
Yeah, just scrap for everything, don't they? The Cowboys have been outstanding in defence here on their goal line. First it was the back row and Nanai. Dearden's had to make some telling tackles. But again, can they hang on? Right in the middle of the park now, the scrum. The Panthers will put something on straight away here.
Saw on the replay there, off the legs of Nanai and then into the leg of Chad Townsend. Townsend not playing at it. It's accidental offside, and here they are. Well, they are fit. They're such an improved team in 2022, and this is quite the workout they're getting from the reigning premiers. The Panthers set deep on the right-hand side. Cleary wraps there now. Can they get the numbers defensively? Edwards. Cowboys were offside from the scrum. Edwards trying to spin, and they come once again. Well, their scramble has been enormous.
Desperation throughout because they had the numbers there. It looked like it was a nice scrum play, but Edwards light-footed, right foot inside step, but the inside cover came across, and the Cowboys, they are just standing up nice and stoic in this goal line defence.
Well, you know, the other thing is how good their defence is, but how patient are the Panthers? They just keep going at them. They're just not trying to force their hand. Just get those repeat sets. They'll eventually score here.
22 tackles inside the 20 for Penrith. It goes to Cleary. Players in motion. Out the back is Luai. He goes to Isaac Tago. They got them eventually, but there were defenders skittled everywhere here. And there's a bit to look at before we confirm this.
The second tackle.
I think it's just the variations of Penrith's attack. They never throw the same shape. And if they do, it's a nice variation that confuses the defence.
Go out on the touching goal line.
And as you said, there's a bit to look here. And it's the lead runner of Kickow. Does he impede the Cowboys' defence?
Fisher Harris was out there also, stopped short of the line. Going forward, well, Kickow just barrels Chad Townsend out of the line, and that will be a game, set and match, no try.
Well, I reckon they've tried to tackle Kickow here. You just watch the way they put their arms
Peter
around
Hiku
Kickow here.
and Viliami Kickow.
That's a tackle.
Peter Hiku
I think that's play on.
Makes a defensive decision to tackle Viliami Kickow, which then pushes him into Chad Townsend. We're playing on at this point.
Townsend given no benefit of the doubt there, and Tago get the ball down here in the corner. This is going to be, unless he puts his hand into touch. His elbow looks as though it might be on the chalk.
Isaac Tago.
It is literally millimetres in this, and I don't know that we'll get a better angle than that one there. What are your thoughts?
No, that's no try. His arms gone into touch before the ball's gone down. And I like that it's play on from this position, because I agree with the decision made by Peter Hiku. It was a defensive call to go in, and he bundled Townsend, and this is no try.
Yep, that's no try. His arm's on the touchline.
We have a simultaneous grounding. The ball is down. At the same point, Isaac Tago's arm is in contact with the line. We have a decision.
There you go. There's been plenty of drama here at Penrith to begin this game. Isaac Tago gets across the line. Viliami Kickow got across the line. Nathan Cleary was also across the line. And again, it's no try. Whew. As close as that, the elbow of Isaac Tago touching the touch-in goal line. At the back of that possession, a remarkable 22 tackles already inside the 20-metre zone of the Cowboys, and they've conceded just the one try.
And there's not too many teams in this competition that could repel the Penrith Panthers' attack 22 times to start a game and hold up 4 tries, turn them back, and still be in a position to get the ball down the other end of the field. An outstanding defensive set there from the Cowboys.
They will take an awful lot out of that against the benchmark, as they are here tonight. Change already made by Todd Payton off the back of all the work they've done. Jermaine Tanoa Brown is out there now. Yes, works it forward. Taking a ground there by Kickow and also Api Coruscant. The right-hand side, Cotter has been busting defensive lines for fun in recent weeks. Goes back to Townsend, who puts it high in the air. Some pressure here on Edwards. Good chase from the Cowboys. They meet him there. They are ticking lots of little boxes in every game they play so far in 2022, and their chase there was tremendous. As a result, the Panthers get stopped through Taylor May, who'll play it inside their 10. Bit of a defensive ambush here at this end of the field from the Cowboys. After 100 metres away, they were fantastic. Midway through the set already. Still inside their own 20, Penrith. Here's left-hand side, Tago, denied a moment ago by the bunker. Third Panther. Found himself in that situation after the Yo try in just the 3rd minute. Good carry by Fisher Harris. Slowish played the ball though. Some pressure here on Cleary as a result. Hess comes out to meet him. Takes him to ground, but it was a wrapping motion, and it will be play on for the Cowboys. Murray to Lungy. Has been the magic man since Magic Round. And his miraculous pass for a try for Scotty Drinkwater. He's terrific again last week in the win against the Storm, and well, they'll welcome this reprieve of the penalty from deep inside their own territory.
Yeah, it's a good little win too. 0 tackle. They kick downfield and end up around about the halfway line here. Playing some good footy. Cotter with a little bit of footwork at the line too, troubling the middlemen there of the Panthers. So, gee, they've shown some energy in this game so far, haven't they? Done so well. Only 6 points to 0.
It's Cotter on the right-hand side, driven backwards there by Luai, and also Kickow. Don't forget the doubleheader tonight, second game, Broncos versus the Titans. They're at Suncorp Stadium. Payne Haas, plenty of headlines in the last 24 hours. We'll wait and see how they fare against little brother from down the road.
Tackle 4.
It's a whistle here.
Okay, Stephen, we have the injury surveillance. Doctors asked for a HIA on yourself.
Stephen Crichton
On
taken
Stephen.
from the field for an HIA on the advice of
You'd have
the
to go off,
independent doctor in the bunker. Went for a tackle just before the penalty was awarded on the kick return. As Delaney brought it back potentially. Here he is. Runs towards Crichton. Little dusty there, wasn't he, off the back of that contact?
And that's the system in play. You know, the bunker does have a look at it. They'll check him on the sideline. As a kick goes early from Drinkwater.
Down to the corner they turn around. They want this one to sit down. It takes an extra bounce. They'll give the Panthers possession from their own 20. But again, the Cowboys mix it up in attack.
Not bad tactics too when you've got that rush defence from the Panthers. We know the speed of the line that they've got. Just got to make it a little bit more pinpoint there. Kicking early in the tackle count. Crichton was up. Sorry, To'o was up in the line. They kicked in behind him.
And Jermaine Salmon is the new man on the field here for the Panthers. The swing man for them off the bench. Can play as an edge forward, of course. Can play in the backs if required. Now Liam Martin beyond the halfway line. Take over at right centre, Salmon for Crichton as it goes from Cleary. Kick out, winds up, gives it to Luai. They're at speed here. Tay goes away, looking back on the inside. A chance for Edwards to clean it up, and the fullback runs away to score. Tremendous play. Along left-hand side, the passing and the speed of the Panthers. It cut the Cowboys to ribbons.
Well, don't they love that left-hand side too? And you've got so many ball players and blokes with the ability to get the football away. All you got to do is push around the ball. Again, it was Isaiah Yeo going up the line, kick out with the pass before the line. Luai with a great pass. Then this pass back on the inside. And look at the bounce there for Edwards, always sniffing in around the ball. Great support play here from the Panthers. And long-range try from them again.
That's the variation we're talking about. Normally we see Luai at the backer shape and kick out leading. This time, kick out nice little ball to the outside. That stripped the Cowboys' defence on that right edge. And what about the pickup from Dylan Edwards? In greasy condition, ball over the top, plenty of traffic. The fullback just swooped on that ball. Here it is, the replay inside. Have a look at this. Does not break stride, picks it up. What a play there from the Penrith Panthers and Dylan Edwards.
Dewy surface at this time of year in the early evening here at the foot of the mountains. Tremendous hands from Dylan Edwards, who I dare say, I don't know exactly what he's earning in 2022, but value for money compared to some of the higher priced fullbacks around the league. He gives them value plus.
Well, the other thing about Kikau and Isaiah Yeo, they read the defence too. If you hang off them, they'll run. If you go at them, they'll pass. They've got great passing games, both those guys. I'm with you, mate. The pickup from Edwards was outstanding. In these sort of frosty conditions, a little bit of dew on the ground. That was some sort of pickup.
5 in from touch. Cleary with the strike. He gets the flags in the air. When doesn't he get the flags in the air? Midway through this opening half. It's the Panthers 12. The Cowboys nil. Watch it and enjoy it again as kick out goes to the line. Luai sets Tago away and the pass back on the inside touched. A fingertip there by a Cowboy, but Edwards, the sure hands of the fullback. They enjoyed that in that southeastern corner here at Bluebet Stadium. He's a tremendous player.
What he did last year in the grand final too, under all sorts of injury concerns. He's tough, he's tenacious, and he's just a solid player for the Penrith Panthers.
He had no right to be playing in that final series with the foot injury that he had, and now off the back of the try, the Cowboys compound what's happened. Holmes is lobbing it out on the full here. They do a little bit too much off the restart. To'o was positioned beautifully in the end, realising he didn't have to make a play at it. And the Panthers here, a bit like last week, denied by the Roosters time and time again, but the points came in a hurry, and this is a huge set for the Cowboys.
Just watch the touches and the combination of Cleary and Isaiah Yeo in this set. They'll move left, they'll swing right. They are in sync.
They've lost just the once this year. Western Derby against the Parramatta Eels as they play it just outside the 10. Leota for Coruscant. Comes to Yoda, his right-hand side. He wanted somebody coming back on the inside. A little bit slow on the uptake there, both Cleary and Liam Martin. Martin fires it. Back to Cleary now. Comes to Leota. Little goose step as he hits the line, trying to force his way through the tackle there of Lukey and also Cotter. Now Cleary. Luai once again. Another kick. Chasing hard. It's too big. Tago won't get there in time this time. And the Cowboys will bring it back out for a 7-tackle set from their own 20. And boy, they needed that.
You know the great thing about Luai there, he kicked that ball a little bit too hard to give it dead in goal, but that won't deter him. He'll keep at it. The rush defence there of the Cowboys, the kick in behind. It's on all afternoon, all evening anyway.
Stand now!
The Cowboys looking for the kick in behind after a number of them on that left-hand side. And next set they'll come down and fire a cutout ball to Taylor May or score untouched. You watch them.
That's the variation was because you need to be on song defensively because they don't show the same look every set. They've got multiple attacking options. That's why they're so potent.
Play it here through to Noah Brown as it goes across now for Gilbert. Cut down there by kick out. Quick play the ball as well. Robson for Drinkwater turns it back on the inside there. They'll play it quickly if they can through Nana. It's Townsend. The kick towards the corner. In fact, he'll go closer to the post. It's Edwards who comes up with possession. They've got him wrapped up there. Lukey making the tackle along with Valentine Holmes. And To'o does what he does so well. Takes an early carry. Jinking run. Picks up 10 metres. Quickish play the ball as well. David Salmon to the 30. And just like that, they're out of trouble. No team does it any better than the Panthers. The likes of May in 2022. He's been so good, he's forced Brian To'o to return from injury and take up a spot on the right-hand side of the field. Moses Leota gets a breather. 25 minutes gone in this first half. Cleary's kick. It'll float down here to Lungy, who fire it back. Drinkwater. There's W.I. Fido back there with him as well. No adventure this time from the Cowboys back three, and Drinkwater will play it just outside his own 10. 2 tries to nil. Game 1 of 2 tonight right here on Fox League. Warren Smith, Cooper Cronk, Stephen Blocker Roach and Lara Pitt bringing you all the action here from Penrith. There's Taulagi once again, just inside his own 30. As Robson looks the left-hand side, Lukey charging onto it. Dropping off in the tackle, but he was comfortably handled here. They haven't done much wrong, the Cowboys. They look up and they see it's 12 points to nil. It can be like that, though, when you take on the Panthers. Gilbert loses the ball here. No help from the Panthers is the call. Penrith who come up with possession off the back of the mistake. Are they going to challenge? Yes, they are.
Okay, Chris. We've got a captain's challenge from the Cowboys. The on-field ruling is that the ball's been lost after the held call.
Honesty test of Gilbert here because he went straight to one of the leaders and said challenge, challenge. So we're about to find out if he's an honest man, Gilbert.
The right arm there.
Just looking to see if there's any intent to strip from Penrith.
Coruscant, his right arm that makes contact potentially with the ball here and forces it free. Just there.
Yeah, I think he's had a little dig at it, hasn't he?
Wasn't a classic stripping tackle player by any stretch, but no doubt there's
Happy Carousel is just attempting to remove his arm. There's no stripping action. It's a loose carry from Tom Gilbert. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Well, there was movement in the hand of Coruscant because he didn't reef at the ball and there wasn't that over-exaggerated motion. Bunga's determined that it's a loose carry.
Just over this side, Nathan.
And I agree with that. At some stage, the ownership has to be on the player to hold possession. Just because there's movement, unless it's an act of dislodging the ball, I think I agree with that one.
Down 12 points to nil now without their captain's challenge for the remainder of the game. And we still have 14 minutes remaining in this first half. We'll see what the Cowboys are made of between now and half-time. No doubt about that. Salmon it is who backs his way down towards the 20.
Hasn't he carried the ball well since he's come on for Crichton?
Just the one mistake so far in the game. The Panthers, they are 16 from 17 sets. The Cowboys, 6 from 9 by comparison. Goes from Coruscant, comes back to him again now on the offload. Cleary looking out the back. Decoy by Kickout. Luai straightens. A great try back against the grain in the same position last week against the Roosters. This time, no luck trying to step off that left foot. Tago digs. Former back rower. Oh, full-time centre in the NRL for the Panthers. There's some Cleary. Flat pass there for Fisher Harris, who sits Drinkwater on the seat of his pants. I'll play it quickly. Comes here from Yo. Cleary. Plays in motion again. Edwards. He goes to To'o. Is there any better sight in rugby league than the Panthers at their free running best? To'o scores.
That was so smart from the Penrith Panthers. You heard on the effects mic, Fisher Harris spotted Drinkwater in the line. He said, Nathan, give me the ball. Ran straight over Drinkwater. Have a look at this. Fisher Harris spots one of the smallest men defending in the front line, gets his bumpers straight into the little fullback, creates that momentum, and this allows the play for the Penrith Panthers to go on the right-hand side, one under, one lead, targeting Valentine Holmes, and they created the space for Brian To'o to score his first try of the year.
Yeah, what about the catch and pass and the skill of Dylan Edwards? Comes into the line at full pelt. They just know how to set everything up. They just throw different shapes at you all the time. Look at the pass, as you said, To'o's first try of the season. Can you believe that? They might come in piles now after the mistake made by the Cowboys around about the 40-metre line. It didn't take them a full set to score.
Double jeopardy, isn't it, for Tom Gilbert, the captain's challenge. He loses that, and then off the back of it, Panthers come down and score through Brian To'o. Now the kick from the sideline. Nathan Cleary a chance to make this 18 points to nil. Not quite the same pattern as last week against the Roosters when they put them to the sword at the SCG, but similar scoreline nonetheless here. We still have 12 remaining before the break. And if the Cowboys can't get going, they'll have an awful big hole to try and dig themselves out of in the second half. Cleary bends this one away across the uprights. And it'll be the first time he's missed here tonight. Stays at 16 points to nil. Don't forget, NRL Indigenous round. It's an important chance for the league community to honour and showcase the positive effect that Indigenous culture has on our game and the wider population. We need to pass it backwards. If we want to move it forwards, you can head to nrl.com/Indigenous to find out more. So many resources available to learn about the land, the history, and of course to try and support Indigenous business as well. It looks like Stephen Crichton is okay to return by the looks of things, Lara Pitt.
Correct, he's got the green card in his hand. Shortly he'll be back on the field. He's passed his HIA.
That is good news for the right centre. Origin selections coming up on Sunday nights. A nervous wait for 48 hours until he finds out what happens with that New South Wales backline. There might be plenty of Panthers in it. And what we've seen so far here tonight, you couldn't argue against any of them. Fisher Harris plays it. He's a Kiwi, unfortunately, for the Blues, but he'd be handy. Cooper Crook for New South Wales.
I reckon he'd make the side.
I think he would. Here's Coruscant coming back to Edwards. They go left. Luai keeps it alive. Kick out. Bit of room to move. Good hands by Tago. Goes across to May, who gets going quickly. Takes them on. Stopped there eventually by Noah Brown. Swing it back to Cleary. Not his best ever bomb, but it might be awkward here for the Cowboys. They won't play at it, in fact. Everybody goes up for it. They're playing volleyball at the net. It's the Cowboys who come up with possession.
The worst kick of Nathan Cleary's season so far. Nowhere near where he wanted to land, but obviously the Cowboys to fight back. You talk about expansive, trying to move the Penrith defence around. They're under pressure right now. 30% possession, made 80 more tackles. Yet how are they going to get the energy to have that game plan to shift the ball? We're about to see how fit, how resilient the Cowboys are.
They've been so greatly improved in 2022. The defence 19 points a game better this season than it was last year, but here they are trailing already by 16 against the Panthers. Pass goes to ground here. This doesn't help their cause. They can't scramble back to clean it up as well. And while they've looked very composed with the ball from their own end in the main, a couple of signs here with a mistake from Gilbert, and now this one going to ground from Tom Dearden. That one was straight through the hands. It wasn't a great ball to Valentine Holmes, but skated through his fingertips all the same.
And I reckon the Panthers like attacking from 40 metres out better than what they do when they're about 10 metres out on the goal line of the opposition. Gives them a little bit of room here. Fisher Harris, he's been instrumental just charging up the middle and setting the play with quick play the balls.
Scott Sorensen is out there. Tremendous story in his own right over the past couple of seasons with Penrith. Here's Yeo out the back. They're in motion again. Cleary shows it a kick out. The pass to Luai was just behind him, so Luai has to come back to the middle, trying to hurdle the tackle there of Nanai. Trying to wrap him up. Coruscant for Cleary, showing it at the line, determined to bust through them and score the try he was denied when held up earlier in this half. They go back to the left-hand side. We'll crash play again for Fisher Harris. This time Robson around the legs. It's Cleary at the line, goes out the back to Wedwoods. This time they don't bite on the decoy. Pass comes back to the middle. Cleary for Coruscant. Grubber now going back to clean up. Tabuai for Doe. Can he bring it back? He tried. He didn't make it. Goal line drop out again for the Cowboys.
Just have a look how they turned up for each other then. The Penrith side. Well, Abbey puts in the grubber kick in and behind. There's only really one player chasing through. But look at them arrive on the scene. It's a great chase from the Panthers.
Holmes goes short. The Panthers knocked it back through Tago. Play on is the call. He got a touch on it, but knocked it back towards his own goal line. Now they lose it through kick-out and just play two. The Panthers make their second mistake of the game, and they give away a penalty to compound the error. Holding down in the play the ball there. The Cowboys. James Fisher Harris gets a breather. What a 32-minute stint it has been for him. No surprise, he comfortably leads our VB hard-earned index.
He's got that great ability too, as we mentioned a little bit earlier, about getting those bumper bars up, knocking a few blokes on their backsides, quick play the balls, very athletic, gets across the ground really well. And there's a lifting tackle penalty, kick out.
Immediately placed on report. Always looks spectacular there. I'm pretty sure he came down fairly comfortably here, Hiku. Tago underneath, holding him up, and the legs go above the horizontal, and that's not really part of what the rule book says, but it's all it needs these days for that to be a penalty and placed on report. And a chance for the Cowboys. They've been few and far between. After they opened the game so brightly. Confident building first set. That lasted all but 90 seconds. Panthers scored at the other end. First time they touched it. Robson has keep it alive. Dearden. So help down his outside through Elam Lukey, and they'll play it 10 metres out from the Panthers line. Robson at dummy half. Goes back here to Townsend. Finds Cotter running at kick out, and also Coruscant. Still 2 plays left in this set. Comes out the back. They'll tip it on. Good hands from McLean. Dearden. Stopped there by To'o. It'll be 6 again here for the Cowboys as Holmes. With one line break in the half. There's another whistle.
I reckon it's Salmon. It's going to be. He bounced out of a tackle there. Go to the HIA for sure.
Good spot. Blocker will watch it again. Tano and Brown here. Oh boy, and Salmon just caught in the wrong position there and got the hip of the big front rower. So it's Salmon who came on for Crichton. Crichton came back, and now it's Salmon will force a reshuffle as far as the forward pack is concerned. Spencer Leniu will get his first game time of the night. Always adds plenty of energy, doesn't he, through the middle of the field, Spencer, as Salmon goes back for the full head injury assessment. More on that on the side of half-time through Lara Pitts, as Domain to Noah Brown will play it here inside the Panthers 10. Comes to Cotter, turns it back on the inside here for McLean, standing in the tackle. He's a giant of a front rower. They've got some tall ones, the Cowboys. Here's Townsend. Goes through Drinkwater. Dearden showing it himself to the corner. They take him into touch. Good defence by Crichton and To'o.
Unbelievable defence there from the right edge of the Panthers. And this was a play that the Cowboys threw against Melbourne Storm last week. Exactly the same shape, but Drinkwater scored a try. They defended well, they layer off, becomes man-on-man defence. And Crichton does not hesitate. Takes the handbrake off, goes straight at Dearden, and To'o with his strength gets back in the tackle and takes him into touch.
Defend their own line as well as they attack at the other end. To'o and Crichton there combining as Tago takes it forward here. Back down to you, Lara.
Just an injury concern for the Cowboys was Tom Gilbert is in the sheds receiving some treatment to a hip pointer injury. He's asked for an injection. We'll see if he can come back in the second half.
Blow for the Cowboys. Gilbert's form has been tremendous recently. Here's Cleary. Comes up with a 40-20. Well, they can do it all. And invariably, it centres around the number 7 who provides another big moment in this first 40.
And you look up at the clock too, 4.5 minutes to go before half time. They're under the pump now, the Cowboys. What a play that is. Great kick, 40-20. Here they come, the Panthers.
At the moment, they are the ultimate rugby league machine. It's Lenu. Goes towards the uprights. Coruscant waits at dummy half. Yo on his right-hand side. They bypass him for Cleary. Here's Edwards again. Crichton. This time to the outside of Holmes. Holmes took him into touch. The pass came back into the field of play, but he already had an arm on the chalk, says the sideline official. So good defence from Holmes this time. Bit of tit for tat.
Yeah, Crichton did it down the other end of the field to deny Dearden. Valentine Holmes just did exactly the same thing, using the moisture, using these dewy conditions near the sideline and taking them into touch.
A little shift from the restart from the middle of the field. The Cowboys through Nanai going sideways there. Just on 3.5 minutes remaining before the break. Don't forget, Hannah and the boys back in the studio to take you through what we've seen so far in this first half. Another exhibition from the Penrith Panthers, and then following that, we're previewing, no doubt, what's going to happen up there at Suncorp Stadium, the Broncos and the Titans in our second game of the doubleheader here tonight. McLean to the halfway line, stepping through tackles, getting it offload away. That was good work by the front rower. They'll play it there through Lukey. Townsend, mix up here, coming unravelled slightly. Drinkwater goes to Nanai. Now a chance on his right-hand side. Hiku puts a kick in. There's pressure on Townsend there from the inside. He looked at Lukey, and Lukey's like, I don't want the ball. They got away with it in the end, but the Panthers will begin here away from the danger zone as Taylor May comes in for Tago. Down that left-hand side has had plenty of touches in this first half. 8 carries now for in excess of 70 metres. Kick out. Makes another one here. Do too much work on that left-hand side. Playing the link man in attack for the most part. Edwards now playing it. He goes back to Coruscant. Short side here. Cleary. Nothing doing there in the tackle of Nanai and also Reuben Cotter. Come back to Luai on the last. He puts it in the air. Some pressure here. Taking the catch. Valentine Holmes, who's spent plenty of time at fullback in his career and also on the wing. Regular home at left centre for Todd Payton and the Cowboys in 2022. Only Taulungi playing outside him. A bustling run here to bring it back to the 30. McLean. Stopped there by Lenu. He's able to keep going. Jordan McLean off contract at the end of 2022. Playing some good football in this much improved Cowboys outfit this season. Hiku again. Taking the ground here on play 4. They need a quick one here on this next play. Townsend goes to Dearden. A shift. Drinkwater. Holmes back on the angle. Crichton got a piece off him. And then Martin cleans up from the inside. They combine well. It's Townsend with the clearing kick. He sends Edwards on his bike. He gets there to take it on the full. That was good work by the fullbacks. Emergency there. And he brings it back out to play it just inside his own 30.
Just loves attacking the footy, doesn't he? Edwards at the back. There's a towering bomb there. No real chase on it there. It just shows that the fatigue has set in now for the Cowboys. They'll be looking up and hoping only 40 seconds to go to get in there at half-time. The ability just to tick over the scoreboard, the Panthers. 16-0. They haven't played that bad, the Cowboys.
And they came in with a 6-game winning streak as well. Well, it's not to take on the Premiers, the reigning Premiers here tonight. Luai inside the 30. One more play here, last play of this first half. In fact, we won't get a last play by the looks of things because the ball was lost. And the tackle there. The Cowboys have it if they want it. They're in no hurry to make a play, so it looks like that'll do us for the first half. Tom Dearden there, a little bit of help, a bit similar to what we saw in the first half when Coruscant was involved, the ball coming free. That one was okay. And at the break, 3 tries to the good. The Panthers lead the Cowboys here in this first versus third battle, 16 points to 0.
I think they might start ticking over the scoreboard here if they're not real good in defence through the middle. I think the Panthers can put on a score here.
We're about to find out. Second half live between the Panthers and the Cowboys. It's first versus third. The Premiers against one of the real contenders from what they've shown through this first half of the season. At the moment, it's the locals on top by 16. Warren Smith, Stephen Blocker-Roach, Cooper Cronk, and Lara Pitt take you through this second half before the second game tonight. The Broncos up against the Titans, the South East Queensland Derby, live from Suncorp Stadium as they work it forward here, the Panthers, through Sorensen. Play here at the halfway line to the right edge. Yo, tall and angular, it's going pretty quickly. Stopped there by McLean and also Lukey. Last play, clearing, hawks it back towards the uprights. Tabuai Fido going to the air. He'll be stopped here by Luai, driven back towards his own 10-metre line as they play it here and work it away from their own end. We'll see what they can do. First things first, they've got to get themselves out of trouble. And for the most part during the first half, they did that, but a couple of errors towards the back end really hurt them. Punished by the Panthers. 2 tries in that run towards the break. They've got a penalty here to help them out of their own ends. And as Townsend kicks for the line, send them on the attack. We'll go to Lara Pitt in a moment for a half-time report to see what was happening downstairs. Of course, some news to come about Tom Gilbert, who, as Lara told us, had that hip pointer injury, hoping to injection might get him back on the field for this second half. We'll find out more in just a moment. The Cowboys on the attack meantime. Robson waits at dummy half. Goes to Townsend. Now McLean just launching himself at the defence. Past the shoulder there of Martin. Not that of Yo and Coruscant, though. Luke working it inside the 20. Well, in fact, was that to Noah Brown? It was the latter. Townsend. Here comes to Dearden. Here's Nanai. In this battle up against Kickow, I guess you'd say it's Kickow on top at the moment. Good carry there by Nanai, though. Now Townsend. Drinkwater out the back. Holmes gets to the outside of Crichton. Gets across the line. There might have been a little bobble of the ball, though. That's what the referee saw. He says no try.
As a man we spoke about at half-time break, was Drinkwater. Watch the acceleration he gets. Creates the pass out the back. And Valentine Holmes, one of the better finishers. It was Dylan Edwards with a little clip over the top. Dislodges the ball. But that was great injection there from Drinkwater.
They begin the second half as they began the first with a promising raid. Began inside their own territory off the back of the penalty. They came down and fired a real question at the Panthers' defence, but they hang on. Cleary will feed the scrum as they eventually work it away here. Coruscant comes across to Isaac Tago. Go downstairs to Lara Pitt.
Yeah, Todd Payton said that the Cowboys should be proud of their defensive effort. They made twice as many tackles as the Panthers, just not giving themselves opportunities with their errors and poor discipline. Said they can build their game on energy. They just need to show more of it. Gilbert, he will come back from their hip pointer injury. He had a needle at halftime for the pain. From Ivan Cleary, happy with the start, but felt 25 minutes in they lost their way a bit. Just get back to playing simple footy and what his coaching staff described as phase 1 footy, and they can go on with it. Now, Jamin Salmon passed his HIA, but the Panthers are using an interchange for now. He could come back later.
Good news for Jamin Salmon. The Panthers went full contact. Wow, some contact there as far as Nathan Cleary was concerned. The crowd went up as one. The referee for the moment is happy. Nathan Cleary can't believe the call. He thought surely there was a penalty coming his way. Just watch this again. Coming out here, turning his back, contact there with the legs from Jordan McLean. Quite often we see that resulting in a penalty. They think the contact was above the hips.
Leave the kickers alone, Woz. Leave them alone.
I thought you might be on Nathan Cleary's side there, Coops. As did from dummy half. Brings it back here for Peter Hicker. Big front row, it's a long way down.
Locker was saying, wipe him out, wipe him out.
Under me breath I was.
Here is the man in question, McLean. We'll bring it forward here to play it just inside the Cowboys 40. Go deep. Drinkwater almost standing right behind the play the ball. As a result, it'll bounce here down to Edwards, who was very deep. Next to his right-hand side, he'll just take it forward and top back there with him. He'll take the run on play 2 here. In fact, he shifts it on to Taylor May, who's almost a carbon copy of what Brian Tyler offers with carries from his own end. Luai, Patego takes it across the halfway line. They'll play it here 45 metres out from the Cowboys line. No change to our scoreline at the break. Sorensen. A long way last week to link up with Jerome Luai for one of Luai's double against the Roosters. And there a chance here to extend the scoreline just outside the 20. Cleary flat, chipping over the top for himself. Was he taken down illegally? The referee believes he was. Knocked out of the play as he chipped over the top. The Cowboy moving in a sideways fashion.
I didn't think he could pull out of it.
I think it's Connor that just threw out an arm there. I don't think there was real heavy contact. Kickout just follows through and makes sure that, I think it was Drinkwater that ended up in the in-goal area. Interesting to see their mindset now, whether they keep the pressure on.
They're going to tap it and go. The option here to make this a 3 converted try lead instead. 22 if they can. It's Isaiah. 5 metres out. McLean hanging on a long time in the tackle here. Goes from Cleary back on the inside. Sorensen charging hard. Stopped though. From the uprights. They're set on this left-hand side. Cleary takes them on again. A number of times tonight. The Cowboys just keep on stopping him. I wonder for how long though. Edwards now. Out of the right-hand side. Martin held up there by Tom Dearden, who has been tenacious defensively on this left-hand side for the Cowboys. Short ball off to play the ball. Sorensen going nowhere in a hurry, though. Grabbed there by Robson. Comes back to Yo. Cleary now. At the back is Luai. Comes across to Taylor May. Plenty of Cowboys defenders sliding. May grubbers for himself. Hiku beats him and shovels it dead.
Well, they're always at you. They're just the confidence. And the bloke like May just cutting back in field, and then the grubber kick in and behind, backs himself. Perfectly weighted kick. They had to get on their bike there, the Cowboys. There's another line drop out forced on them.
Holmes, is he thinking going short? Yes, he is again. This time the lofted option. Tabuai for Doe. It's up above everybody, including Tago and also Coruscant, and comes down with it. And they back themselves, and I guess at 16 points to 0 down, half an hour remaining at some point. You've got to get a couple of things go your way, and they avoid 6 more tackles defensively here from their own end. Great work by the Hammer.
And I think that's one way the Cowboys should go when they're attacking the line, is use Tabuai-Fidow or Murray Taulagi on the outside of the Panthers wingers. They're small in terms of height. I think that's the Cowboys score a couple of points through some kicks to the wingers.
They do have a big height advantage against the pocket battleships in May and Ty, as you suggest. Townsend from inside the 40. Hook it away from Edwards. Going back. It's Brian Todd. He'll turn around. Wind up. He's got Crichton back there with him. Bounced off the shoulder there of Valentine Holmes. And he plays it at the 20. And a quiet start of this second half. Apart from the early chance with Valentine Holmes, who looks certain to score, put the ball down in a desperate last-ditch tackle by the Panthers. As Edwards will play it midway through the set. Comes to Taylor and May stop there, and a solid tackle by Jeremiah Nanai. He's done so much good work in attack so far this season, Nanai. That's a solid shot by the 19-year-old. Sorensen to play it just outside the 40. And contact this time with Cleary, who points it up. It'll go down there to be taken by Murray Taulagi. Comes back to the middle of the field for Drinkwater. And they'll begin here just outside their own 10. Good stop by Stephen Crichton, who has been good defensively. If the New South Wales Origin selectors were looking at this as a little forerunner to what they might see at Origin level, potentially with Valentine Holmes certainly in the mix to be one of the Queensland centres. And here he is again. Crichton so far has been very good.
It's just so hard for the Cowboys to get down the other end of the field. They've got to try and force an error on this Penrith side, but they're so good. They're back 5. They're carrying the footy at pace, and their speed to play the ball. There's just no field position here for the Cowboys.
Pressure on Townsend there. They did well. Dearden was back there as the second kicking option. And his kick picked out on the full, and he'll bring it back here to play it just inside the Panthers 40. While they haven't scored to extend their lead as yet in their second half, they're gradually getting on top as far as field position once again is concerned, having had 64% of the ball in the first half and completing 22 of 26. Sorensen saw a bit of space in behind the play. The ball plays it quickly as well. They're flat on this left-hand side. Cleary saw Luai but hung on to it as McLean was advancing towards him with Drinkwater. Last play, Luai floats to the open side. He'll kick out there away towards Taulagi makes the catch. No real pressure there from the Panthers. That was unusual.
Yeah, they normally like to kick for their back rowers. Martin and Kickout had the height advantage there, but that one was over to the winger, and Toto wasn't on his assignment.
Oh, now they put it down through Holmes. His error at the other end of the field didn't hurt them, but this one really does. The Panthers a full set from 10 metres out. Mix up there and to play the ball in the arm of Coruscant. Second time of the night we've seen him thereabouts with a man trying to play the ball and the ball coming free. Isn't stripping it out again by any stretch, and it will be a costly error potentially for the Cowboys. It's quite a sight. Magnificent playing surface here at Penrith. There's been so much rain in Sydney. All the sporting fields are green, some parts too green. Here's Edwards. Fend away from Hiku. Hess is back out there now in the lock forward role for North Queensland as comes back to Cleary. He's bumped it forward through Leniu. And they've worked it back to a position with options either side. Both the halves floated to the left-hand side. A little crash play instead for Isaiah Yeo. Hess will make sure he hits the deck. Still Cleary and Luai on this left-hand side. They'll combine again. In fact, Cleary takes them on again. How many times is that? Half a dozen, maybe. He's taken on the line from close range. Cowboys keep stopping him. They'll do that again here. And the Panthers have one more play. Coruscant to play it. Cleary for Luai. Just chips it over the top. That looked always destined to be too big, and certainly was. Good effort again defensively by North Queensland.
Yeah, they put the pressure on Luai there. It's a couple of times in this game that put a little bit too much. The ball just hit the ground and just bounced quickly over to go dead in goal. But again, carbon copy of the first half. The defence of the Cowboys has been outstanding, but you just get the sense that they're going to break soon.
Beyond full time tonight, second game on the Friday night footy doubleheader live on Fox League as the Cowboys take it into Panthers territory. Broncos up against the Titans from Suncorp Stadium. Payne Haas has put himself right under the spotlight going into that game this evening. Here is Townsend. Taking the inside for Hiku. Taking the ground there and a good legs tackle by Spencer Leniu as they come back to the middle. Townsend out the back. Dearden looking for an option. That ball goes to ground and knocked on there. Ilam Lukey was the option. Just got a little touch on it and propelled it towards the Panthers line. And Todd Payton is a little bit antsy up there in the coach's box. Their attack just not as sharp as it has been. They've been racking up scores of 30 plus.
They're always up in your face, but the defence of the Panthers. And that's a drop. That one really should have been taken, but it was clear he just put the pressure on. Just have a look at there, out the back there, Drinkwater collecting the ball. What about his speed coming in to make that extra man? This ball hasn't gone to hand so far. Looks like Salmon will be back. It's pretty fit there on the sideline.
Likewise, James Fisher-Harris prowling the chalk itself. Moses Leota and Mitch Kenny about to come on for the Panthers as well. It'll be Sorensen and Leniu who come from the field. Mitch Kenny, fresh legs, 25 minutes remaining. Playing that running lock forward role. It's a double-edged attack out of dummy half though with Kenny and Coruscant. This man linking with Yo on this occasion again. A combination that supplied the first try of the game. They're inside the Cowboys 30. Goes to Cleary, turns Crichton back on the inside. Good shoulder tackle there again by Dearden. And he was held and on the ground, says Ashley Klein. Stephen Crichton thought it might have been play on, but he goes back to play it. There's Cleary kicking this time. Kick out and Tago waiting for it. Tago, he tried to make a catch and then just lost it forward. Didn't know whether to tap it, catch it, kick it, head it. We've seen a bit of everything tonight. It's going to be a knock on instead, and easy way out for the Cowboys from their own 20 with 7 tackles. Came down. He had Luai out the back. Kickeye was there as well. Instead, he just lost it. Oh, it's Holmes for North Queensland. 6 wins in a row before coming here tonight. And should they go on to potentially be on the wrong end of the scoreboard at full time here, by no stretch will the bubble have burst. A bit of a cold, hard reality check, and here's another mistake to put themselves under pressure.
Again, a turnover just around about the halfway line. Geez, they've invited the Panthers to score points in this second half so far with their mistakes coming off their own line. A couple of drop balls, a couple of knock-ons. The Panthers get another chance here.
We're talking about completion rates and possession just a moment ago. How good the Panthers were in the first half. They're perfect in this second half. If you exclude, of course, that little knock-on at the last play from Tago a moment ago. 9 from 9 they are. The Cowboys are 3 from 6 off the back of being 11 from 16 in the first half. And again, while they haven't been at their attacking best tonight, a lot of that comes back to what the Panthers do without the ball. Crichton playing it. Go on the attack here. Down this right-hand side, Liam Martin. 25 metres out. Play it for Coruscant. It's Yo back on the inside here for Kenny. Conservative start to the sets through 3 plays. They're set now. Yo at first receiver. With Cleary out the back waiting for a charge from Isaiah Yo, who runs the best part of 15 metres inside the opposition 20. Cleary's ready. He's got kick out cutting back on the inside. Here he is, charging into them. Robson put his body on the line underneath. Over the top was Griffin Neame. He had some help as well and needed it. Cleary will kick. A chance out wide. Crichton is there. He can't come up with it cleanly. Is it a knock-on by the Panthers centre? He's there putting a bump on Scott Drinkwater, the referee.
Yeah, check.
We
There's no
have
suggestion
try.
there's been a try scored. We'll use the bunker
There is a knock-on by Penrith.
to determine what happened in the air.
I think that's a blueprint for Penrith in the second half. Playing with slippery conditions, giving their back rows, kick out Martin some ball back underneath, and then kicking for their centres.
We've
The
cleared
athleticism
the
of
right side of
Crichton
Penrith's kick
over
chase.
Valentine Holmes here.
Just seeing who contacts the ball first.
Well, it's all Holmes initially, but then there's a touch from Crichton.
Contacts the right
there.
hand of Stephen Crichton and travels forward. We have a decision.
The ball going backwards from the initial contact from Valentine Holmes. So a correct call against the Panthers of a knock-on against Stephen Crichton. And again, a battle we may well see more of on the Wednesday to come.
It's had it tonight, hasn't it? Whether it's line running or defensive decisions or even ball up in the air. These two centres have been going at it, and maybe, you're right, was it may be the matchup come Origin time.
And the Cowboys to work it away. Still no change from our half-time scoreline. Smith, Cronk, Roach and Pitt. The combination bringing you this broadcast live from Penrith tonight. The Fox Sports crew as we bring you the big doubleheader on Fox League. Drinkwater goes to ground here. Some high contact is the call. The boys just discuss things here in Indigenous round. They're a tight-knit unit, the Cowboys. In the moment there was a little bit of a flare up and something happened. Just kick out who hung the arm out there. He's already on report for a lifting style tackle in the first half. Don't know he had much to concern himself with about that. And likewise with a high contact there. It's Cohen Hess. Is dragged to ground here. Comes to Townsend. Still plenty of time for the Cowboys. They can grab one here soon. We saw what they did against the Raiders, as we said, to get this 6-game winning streak going. Now Townsend comes out the back. Drinkwater. They certainly have the strike power. Hiku dances his way in. Offloads back to Drinkwater. Comes to Dearden. He had Connor pushing up there in support, but the 5/8 will hang on to it. 3 plays gone. Inside the 20. Townsend. Connor back on the inside. The halfback will take it to ground here. As Robson jumps out from dummy half. He's got Neem going towards Kickow and Kenny. The ball comes free. Play on is the call. No strip there from the Panthers, and they just keep turning it over.
Yeah, just too many errors from the Cowboys in the second half. I just wonder how frustrated they are when they get down there to try and put some pressure on the Panthers. Just try and force the issue. They're finding it very hard to score points, aren't they? They've made a number of errors in this second half.
I was thinking about an offload, Neem, as you saw on the replay. Here's a chance. Nanai comes up with it for the Cowboys. First error in this second half by the Panthers comes on top of their own line. Townsend quickly. They go wide through Dearden. Comes away to Holmes. Spinning. Grabbed there by Crichton. On his outside as well. They combine along with Moses Leota to take him to ground. Comes again to Neem on the inside ball from Townsend. 5 away. Robson to Townsend. Here is Drinkwater. Nanai. Good contact there from Tago, though, underneath. Kickow and Luai over the top. So tough to crack. Townsend for Reuben Cotter. Skips to the outside. Leota keeps working, though, from the inside. Makes a good tackle. Robson goes left. Dearden at the line. He's got Lukey with him. Terrific stop underneath. It was by Nathan Cleary. And again, they just keep turning up for each other.
Looked like there was a little opportunity on the left-hand side. Lukey is a strong ball carrier, but tough defence from Nathan Cleary, and Stephen Crichton did a tremendous job close to the line.
It's that right edge combination that works both in attack and defence. Oh, enormous again. A full set for the Cowboys inside the red zone. As Coruscant ducks from dummy half. Here's a chance to link up with May. Had a poise for an offload. Didn't see Kenny in time. Plays it, falls over, and you can't do that.
He can't just let go.
He was looking for a quick one. The Panthers will say he's knocked over. If you're going to play it quickly, you have to stay on your feet.
What's that? It's on his foot. Yeah, you can challenge it. I've ruled lost ball. Quickly.
They're going to challenge this.
Coming up to tackle 4.
I think they'll find they're going to be disappointed.
They're disputing the decision of the lost ball. Now, I've ruled that he's trying to play the ball too quickly. And then he couldn't release on the release score.
The problem for the Panthers is that Dearden had released. He was on the ground and released Taylor May here. And steps out to play it. So when he puts the ball on the ground, there's nobody in contact with him.
Tom Dearden has released his leg at this point. Taylor May then places the ball on the ground without balance and loses it. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Locals don't like it.
Surprising.
They've had much to boo about here for a long, long time as the Panthers try and make it 46 games in a row, which they've led at half-time and gone on to win. No challenges left for either team as we fly around Blue Bet Stadium. Saw the great Roy Simmons do his lap at the end of a 300k walk from Goolagong to here, Penrith, earlier in the night.
It's time for the Cowboys to start zinging the ball around. You know, with 20 minutes to go, haven't scored a point yet. This is Drinkwater's time to just be the gambler. Throw caution to the wind, get 2 passes wide, and see if he can outstrip the Panthers' defence by hitting the winger.
See if that message gets out there to the playmakers. Luke. Just outside the 30 here when he'll play it for Robson. His right-hand side, Cotter, boy, pushing up in support there. Hess would have been something to stop, but Cotter never saw him. Comes back from Robson. Townsend. He finds Dearden. His home's back on the angle. Kiko out to meet him, though. What defence that is. Known for his attack. He's steamrolling of defenders, but in defence himself, that's a big play. Nanai comes across to Hiku, runs to Luai, the pass knocked on by Tabuai for Doe. It didn't quite have the zing that you were looking for there, Cooper.
Just the speed of the defensive line, just kick out, continuous moving. The first defenders off the ruck never give up on their assignment. They just keep pushing forward and force the Cowboys to try and play to the outside, and eventually they run out of room. But great defensive set there from the Penrith Panthers.
Yeah, Ruben Cotter, BB hard-earned index. He features every week at the moment. 78 points in the calculations for the moment. Change made again by the Panthers. Big Coruscant. Looks like his night could well be over. 16 minutes remaining. They lead by 16. Mitch Kenny out there now, working things from dummy half full time with Coruscant off the field. James Fisher-Harris is back out there. It's a fair swap, isn't it? You can take a hooker off the field, replace him with a front rower. And the Cowboys will be saying, here they come again. JFH, ready to go. Yo at the line. Back on the inside here for Martin, just about away. Good stop by Lukey. Defending there for Gilbert. Here is Cleary grubbering, Luai chasing, Drinkwater kicking. Taking it out of play.
Yeah, their kicking game's brilliant, isn't it? Just a little kick in and behind again. Just forcing Drinkwater to play at the ball. What they're building for something again now, the Panthers. They get the repeat set.
You'd imagine the Cowboys going short here. Did that earlier on for a result. Drinkwater this time. High run, backwards there off kick out. Knocked on, I thought, by Jeremiah Nanai.
Okay.
And it's going to be a feed to the Cowboys. I'm going to say the kick-out contact here propelled the ball forward. Oh, if he had a challenge, I think he'd be challenging that. Put off his hand into his own shoulder.
Yeah, Ashley Klein, so he's facing the other way but propelled it forward. Ashley Klein was right there. As someone's being checked to go to...
This is the first cut.
Lukey's out the back, needs some attention.
This is the first cut, so we're going to play on here.
Nasty broken nose potential. Was that a gash on the right side of the nose? No. It's all internal. The Hooter has taken a bit of damage. He's a good young player, is Alan Lukey, 21 years of age, just his 23rd game. There's a little nick up there, just above the bridge of the nose as well, but I'll patch him up. It'll be good to continue on. Jake Granville back into the game, getting a chance. Almost a mix-up there as Taulagi came in for a carry. After all his acrobatics and high wire work in recent times, been a quiet old night out there on the left wing for Harry Taulagi. Tom Gilbert back with that hip injury. See how he fares over the next 15 minutes, of course. Jason Taumalolo should be back from his knee injury. Just a minor one suffered last week against the Melbourne Storm. Unfortunately, Kyle Felt out until around about round 17 of his much more serious medial ligament problem. Dearden here, stopped at the halfway line. Comes back for Townsend, who kicks with a floater, spinning around there for Edwards, who has very sure hands. He brings it back to just inside the 30. Still, we have no change to our halftime scoreline of 16 points to nil. The Panthers well in control. Was there some high contact here on Brian Todd? Oh, call is no, and boy, they can't stop that nose from bleeding. So Lukey will come from the field for an HIA, we do believe, for the Cowboys. It's Crichton. Neil plays. It comes back to Edwards. Stopped here, just on his own side of halfway. Very hard work of it until Fisher Harris gets them going in the right direction quickly here. Ends up on his knees, plays it quickly. Cleary with the kick. They'll go down here for Taulagi, who will make the catch. Well, they haven't been at their best tonight. You can't fault the Cowboys' effort. No change to the halftime scoreline, and well, plenty of teams have felt the power of the Panthers and just collapsed in the second half. And we still have 12 minutes to go. You can only admire what the Cowboys have done here to stay with them, despite giving the Panthers plenty of chances inside the red zone in the second half once again. Holmes with an offload.
We can easily see they play for each other. There's another lost ball. They're not helping themselves, the Cowboys here.
17 from 29. Now their completion rate. About 65% for the game. And you can't come here and beat the Panthers making that many mistakes. They'll rue how many balls they've put down here this evening as goes from Kenny. Here's Edwards on the inside for Martin. And the shoulder there of Jake Granville, who makes a good stop. He's always been courageous, though, the 33-year-old. Kenny from dummy half. Cleary now. Option there was Leota as the first man. They're inside the 10 again. The crowd something to cheer about in this second half. Kenny goes over the top of kick out. That's no mean feat. Now Tago Rubbers taken out of play by Tabuai Fido, and the pressure remains on North Queensland.
They've just got so much formation, haven't they, the Panthers? They just throw different looks every time at the defensive line. This time, Tago with a little grubber kick in behind. The confidence of the young fellas to back themselves with the grubber kick. We've seen it a couple of times. There's a short line drop out again.
Drinkwater once more off Edwards. It comes back here. The Cowboys get a result through Nanai pouring downfield. Second time in this second half they've come up with possession off the dropout. It's Hickard. Work it forward. Just looking ahead for the moment, of course. The Titans in action up against the Broncos beyond full time here tonight. Cowboys play the Titans Gold Coast next week in round 13 during the split round, an all Queensland derby during the split round. We'll wait and see how many players are missing from either team for that contest next week. Pass goes out the back here from Nanai. Drinkwater knocks it backwards and then put down by Townsend. For a moment, Leota had visions of running 50 metres to sprint away and score.
I reckon he heard the footsteps of Kickout then.
That would have been the case. It's really ebbing away from them now, their completion rate, the Cowboys. With 10 minutes remaining. Here we are in the 70th. Kenny goes to kick out. And he takes it down here just outside the 20. Second half completion, 6 from 14 for the Cowboys. How haven't they cracked? Maybe now they have. Luai, bit of a Hail Mary. Bounces back here for Edwards. He saw a bit of space, stepped through one tackle of Drinkwater, kept going. He'll play it inside the 10. Kenny from dummy half. Taken the ground. And a set restart here. Edwards, he spins. How can the Cowboys keep hanging on here? Comes back to Cleary. Luai. He's got Kiko out the back. Over the top. Taylor May steps away from the sideline. They do crack them. It had to come eventually. Terrific ball over the top. And Taylor May with Roy Simmons, the great man watching on, makes this 20 points to nil.
There's some sort of pass over the top. You mentioned it, Ross. It's just a great ball. Always at you. Luai there involved. May steps off the left foot back in field, but such powerful, built low to the ground. To'o and also May, but this time it's May. At full pelt. Just steps back inside. They throw out an arm. Just can't stop him that close to the line. Both wingers are very powerful. And finally the Panthers score.
And it was the left edge that started with possession because it was Kikau's defence on Chad Townsend. Turned over the ball. They reset, got a restart, set of 6. They just fell back into shape like they've done all night. And it was a combination of that lethal left edge. Cleary to Luai. Luai just had all day to make his decision. Picked the ball over the top, and Taylor May, he is an absolute beast. Close to line, scores his 11th try.
Nathan Cleary given a breather as far as the goal-kicking duties are concerned. Stephen Crichton will take this one. And out near the left touchline. Don't know that indicates there's any issue with Nathan Cleary. He's tackled mid-air earlier in the half. And tackle from Jordan McLean, resented by the Panthers. No call on field from the referee at the time. It's to be fine as far as fitness is concerned. Cleary. Crichton, a good kicker in his own right. Around about 70% for his career when he's been called upon. This one, arrow straight, just to emphasise the point. Makes it 22 points to nil. 4th try of the game, scored by Taylor May. Grabs his first of the game. There is a scene at Suncorp Stadium. The Broncos warming up to take on the Gold Coast Titans. Selwyn Cobbo has been just in irresistible form for the Cowboys. Is he going to be named on a wing for Queensland on Sunday night? We will find out. How does Payne Haas perform tonight off the back of being the centre of attention? What a massive motor, Payne Haas. We'll wait and see what the reaction is, especially from the Broncos fans, who things have really turned around for them up in Brisbane in 2022, and now they get landed with this. Didn't see it coming as the Panthers maintain their spot, 4 points clear of the Melbourne Storm at the top of the ladder with a victory at the moment. 7.5 out from full time. The Cowboys, their win-loss record will fall to 8-4. They'll remain in 3rd position with games in hand to come. Yo plays it. Here is Leota spinning. Cleary. Maybe they'll finish with a rush here, the Panthers, having been denied for so much of this second half by North Queensland. And it's Luai on the last, who puts it in the air. Kenny pouring through, so is kick out or contact on Drinkwater. It'll be a penalty to the Cowboys for a mid-air contact on Scotty Drinkwater. He's got there a little bit too quick, and invariably Tago takes his eyes off the ball, loses where it is, and just cannons into the fullback. It's amazing how often that happens when you take your eyes off the ball. Boy, they found touch there, but only just. Kick for the line that had eyes. It's Hickey. Brings it back midfield. We're talking about what happens in games to come. The Cowboys taking on the Titans next week during the split round. The Panthers will meet the Bulldogs. Let's see how many Panthers are missing. Clune playing it here as it goes through the hands of Townsend. Drinkwater. Hiku to the edge again, but so many defenders there just sliding for the Panthers. They do it better than anybody. And now Townsend. 4 knee. They just punch it towards the uprights. And got 2 plays remaining. First task, and they just put themselves on the scoreboard. Oh boy, there was contact there between Kickout and Nanai. The ball went to ground. Play on's the call. The young buck got a lesson there from the big Fijian. Dearden turns it back on the inside. Try and charge their way forward. They do that through McLean. And they did get 6 more plays at the back of that collision. Come back to that again. Kickout just rattled Jeremiah Nanai. Short side here. Nanai's the decoy. Townsend bumps away from Luai. Taken down there. Said restart again with the Panthers offside down the short side. Good tackle there by Edwards. Goes from Granville. Here's Dearden. Drinkwater. Comes away to Tom Gilbert. And the pain-killing injection doesn't look to be moving anywhere near top speed at the moment on that left edge. Dearden. Back on the inside here for McLean. Going sideways there is an easy target for Liam Martin. They've used up 3. It's Townsend. He'll find Neem. Takes it inside the 10. Held up there by Martin and Fisher Harris. Robson looking. Finds Townsend. Drinkwater, good hands. Nanai equally so. Hiku. Oh, the pass has been called forward.
Scare that contact, Bucky.
The pass, I think, from Nanai to Hiku might be the one that the referee saw the problem with. Watch this hit contact again, though. Kick out on Nanai. Ooh. Big old shirt front, baby.
Viliami Kickout's played some great games for the Penrith Panthers. I think that's the one that's just been put on report. But this is the best defensive performance I've seen from Kickout. He has been everywhere. Off the line, leg speed, just targeting ball players, and he's picking his time to inject his physicality and rattle the cages of a few Cowboys. That man here on your screen has been defensively outstanding tonight.
So Viliami Kickout just realising now he's been placed on report for the 2nd time in the game, and off the back of that, a penalty to the Cowboys. Despite the play having progressed some 5 tackles, they bring it back for the foul play, and Kickout now on report for high contact on Nanai. And a couple of things to concern himself with for Viliami Kickout. Dearden comes out here to Holmes. His pass goes to ground. Drinkwater knocked it on, trying to clean up there in the tackle of Stephen Crichton.
Do you know the energy from the Panthers? I know they're leading 22 points to 0. You would think that they might drop off for a minute. That's not the case. Their defence, they've just gone at the Cowboys. They've taken it personal, losing against Parramatta a few weeks ago.
Okay, Scott, so you're going to have to go on.
17,125 people turning up, and why wouldn't you turn up to watch this side play? You'd travel a long way to watch them.
So there is tackle by Jerome Luai coming forward. Watch this again. That'll be under the microscope for the match review committee. That contact there from Luai, whether it was high or whether it in fact was a shoulder charge as opposed to a wrapping arms tackle.
Drinkwater will go get assessed, but I don't think there was any contact to the head from Luai. It was aggressive, but I don't think contact was there. So I think you'll be okay. But in terms of the defensive display from Penrith tonight, their line speed, they're moving together, their decision making. The Cowboys, for a team that has won 6 in a row, for 5 of them has scored over 30 points or more, they have no answers attacking the best defensive team in our competition. They've been forced sideways purely through the defensive speed at which Penrith are playing at.
We've got just on 3 minutes remaining here at Penrith. Next, we'll take it as Suncorp. Boy, a reaction there from Taylor May, who puts it down. It'll be the Broncos up against the Titans. See if the Broncos can keep the roll going as we look on high from the drone here tonight. Fabulous pictures during Indigenous round. And the smoking ceremony underway up there at Suncorp Stadium. Acknowledgement of country tonight between the Broncos and the Gold Coast Titans. Cowboys for the moment to play it here off the back of the scrum win. Dearden. He finds Tabuai for Doe. The player tonight who led out the Cowboys. The hammer has been held pretty quiet. You could say that about pretty much everybody. The Cowboys line up tonight. Again, you go back to that first set of 6 off the kickoff of the game proper. Fired the ball down to the left-hand side. They went down the field. An attacking kick into the back end of it. Everything looked pretty good at that stage. 90 seconds later, though, Isaiah Yeo was scoring at the other end of the field for the Panthers. Well, then they realised the deep end of the pool is pretty deep. McLean at the 20. Townsend. Fourneen. Good shot there around the hips from Mitch Kenny. Perhaps their last attacking chance of the game. What a weight of possession at the back end here. Kick off the outside of the boot there. Intended for McLean, who was chasing through. Robson was thereabouts as well. They were offside. And it will be the Panthers who'll get the last crack at them from deep inside their own territory. Little something here perhaps, fellas, to set these home fans to their cars singing tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll look up. I don't think they'll die wondering here, the Panthers, probably the last set they have. And what sort of attitude they'll take into this set.
It's Tago on play 1. He'll begin 10 on his own side of halfway. They'll reach into their bag. A little trick shot here at the back end. Kick out. Report twice tonight. There is Yeo. Cleary out the back. Edwards. Holmes jammed in. Get Edwards cleanly, so he picks up another 8 or so metres. Takes it inside the 40. We've got 40 seconds remaining. As Kenny comes across here for Cleary. Back on the inside for Fisher Harris. They're going to shut out the Cowboys. Can they finish with one more burst here before full time? Cleary it is. Luai out the back, cuts back onto the inside, testing out the forwards. Back through the middle they come. The carry there by Jamin Salmon. They'll play it just outside the 10. Last tackle for the Panthers. It goes to Luai. Short ball, Crichton trying to make a statement. They stop him just short of the line in there. Good effort from Griffin Neem and also Tabuai for Doe. That will do us tonight. They improve their record to 11 wins and 1 loss, and they lead at the top of the ladder by 4 Premiership points. An impressive display once again by the Panthers in this first versus third battle at full time. They've taken down the Cowboys 22 points to 0.